Hi, welcome back to ToneWithHarveen. Today we're going to be doing a full body sculpt and fill routine. You're going to need a set of 2 weights. I'm using 2 5-pound weights. Let's get started in tabletop. We're going to do a quick warm up with some cat-cow stretches. Palms are just underneath your shoulders lined up, knees just under your hips. And let's breathe in, dip low. And as you exhale, lifting your spine, curving it, bringing your belly button into your spine. And as you breathe in, continue this, but only move as fast as your breath. And as you go in each movement, just try to go deeper in the stretch, whether it's curving upwards a bit higher or trying to dip lower. Last one. Come on back into tabletop. Walk your palms forward just slightly, curling your toes under. Let's get into our downward dog here. Bending each knee. Alternatively, trying to get that low back stretch here. Take a deep breath in. Get lower into that downward dog, and as you exhale, come on down into a plank, grazing upwards, going into a quick cobra. And let's go back into our downward dog. Hopefully this time you're able to get that stretch slightly deeper. Let's go for one more. Moving with your breath. Chest up as high as you can and come on back down into your downward dog. Hold that just for a few more seconds. And if you can, walk your feet forward slowly. If not, go down into a tabletop to get out of this downward dog. We're just going to do a quick forward fold here. Inhaling, coming into a flat back. And exhaling into a forward fold. Grabbing onto your elbows, quick ragdoll here, just side to side. Getting our back nice and loose and stretched out for our full flow today. Reaching down if you can, bend your knees if you need to. We're going to go back into our downward dog from here. And come on back down into our plank, onto your forearms. And we're just going to hold this plank. Back should be flat. Go for some shoulder taps. Be careful not to dip. Hold it. Shoulder taps to distract. And come on onto your knees. Let's go into a kneel. You can finally grab your weights now. We're going to do some quick arms here. Toes can be curled under or flat. Palms facing upwards and away. Lifting your arms to be aligned with your shoulders and slowly coming back down. As you come down, palms facing inwards and up into a T. And come on back down. Palms outwards. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling, coming back down. switch palms, exhale, lift, and inhale, come on back down. Nice and slow, moving with your breath. This will ensure that you're taking your time as you're lifting. One more on each side or each movement. Drop those weights to the side, onto our palms, tabletop, into our push-ups, lining up your hands, the index finger or middle finger aligned with the edges of the mat. This one, you will need to go off your knees for this push-up series because we're going to do a few push-ups and then we'll go directly into a quick downward dog and then we'll keep going from there. So it would be helpful if you could be on your knee or on your toes instead of a modified push-up, but if you need to, just try to follow along in terms of lifting into our downward dog. So let's start with 6 push-ups. Moving with your breath. And come on up into our downward dog from here, readjusting the hands and the feet. This is like a little break. And when you're ready, come on back down, adjusting the hands and the feet as needed for your push-ups. And we're gonna go for 6. Adjusting the hands, come on into your downward dog. Deep stretch. Come on onto your knees. Onto your bum. And we're gonna go into our V-sit with some toe taps, or better known as the boat pose. Arms will go to the edge or just lifted. And just do some toe taps. As your feet are coming up, they're going to be zipped. We're engaging our core. Try not to dome. You can do it. Just a few more on each side. Keep those arms lifted. If you need a modification, arms can come down to your sides. One more on each side. And come on down. Give those abs a quick break to grab our weight, and we're gonna go into some Russian twists. Grab one or both weights, no weights if you need that. Lifting back into the same pose, legs up together, both hands, twisting, and quick touch or hover on each side. Keeping the core engaged. Not doming. Three more on each side. Perfect. Let that down. Hop your weight back with the other. Legs out underneath us. We're going to do that series one more time. So this is starting with our plank. Back flat, aligned with the ground, not lifting too much. add these shoulder taps to distract. Staying strong, holding the pose, and come on down. Walking yourself up into our kneel so we can get back into these arms. Palms facing upwards or out and away. Lifting to shoulders, to line up with your shoulders, coming down, palms facing inwards, and lifting to a T. Remembering to move with your breath. One more for each lift. And perfect, drop that to the side. We're gonna get back into our push-ups, getting our hands lined up with our mat to wherever feels best. Getting into our plank, and whenever you're ready, go for 6. Into our downward dog, adjusting the hands and the feet as you see fit. Just a few deep breaths here. And let's do our final 6 push-ups. Downward dog. Onto the knees, into our boat pose or our V-sit for some quick toe taps. Arms are up and toes will dip. Balancing. Arms can go down if you need them to be. Engaging your core to help with the lifts. Last one on each side. Giving your toes a bit of a break. Grab that weight. Final set of Russian twists here. And whenever you're ready, lifting those legs up and tap. Last one on each side, and let's drop that weight, scoot up on your mat, lay down on your back, and we're gonna go into some glute bridges. So feet and legs are hip width distance apart, feet are flat, and arms can go onto the mat, lifting up one vertebrae at a time. I like to inhale for this, and exhale as you're dropping down again. Inhaling, lifting nice and slow. And exhaling, slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time. One more just like this, nice and slow. All right, now we're gonna go into some real glute bridges, not so slow. We're gonna do 8 glute bridges, squeezing at the top, and then 8 pulses, and then followed with 8 full glute bridges. So that's lift for 8, hovering as you get to the bottom. This is 8, squeeze at the top, pulse. And a full 8, make sure your legs are staying aligned with your body, not pointing outwards. And last one, squeeze at the top, come on down. Knees are gonna come in and roll yourself up onto our knees, into our tabletop, lifting the left knee up into our donkey kick, squeeze at the top and come on back down for 8. Keeping your pelvis aligned with the floor. This is 1, stay up there, squeeze and pulse for 8. And 1, full 8. And last one, squeeze at the top and other side. This is 8, squeeze at the top, let's pulse for 8. And 1, squeeze, come on back down for 8. Last one, squeeze, and come on back down. We're going to go into some curtsy lunges now. These ones always mess up my mat. And at the end of each curtsy lunge, we are going to do a quick side leg lift. So for the curtsy lunge, standing at the middle of the mat, right leg is going to go on a diagonal behind, can be a little further or aligned with your other foot. Come on down into our lunge. As you come up, lifting that leg out into a side leg lift and coming back to center. And then we're going to switch sides. Balancing to come on up. You can speed it up if you'd like, or you can keep it nice and slow, getting a bit of extra tension in our lift. And last one on each side. Coming into center, we are going to wrap this circuit up with squats. Well, actually, rather, it's going to be a squat hold. So getting into your wide leg stance, toes pointing outwards. We're going to go into our squat hold here. We're going to hold, hold, hold. I'll let you know we're going to engage our calves. So we're just going to hold for a few more seconds. Deep breaths in and out. And onto our toes, holding that if you can. If not, pulse and go back down. A few more seconds. Let those heels come on down. Keep on holding. Let yourself drop a little. Don't get lazy. You're already here. And come on up. Not too painful. Come on to the forward edge of your mat. We're going to go into our chair pose for this flow series. Bending, not completely 90 degrees, just a little less than 90 degrees. Reaching up, holding that. And as we are going to bring our arms down with our palms facing us, we're going to lift our right knee to a 90-degree bend. Come on down, back into our chair pose. Back is reaching up as high as you can, getting that full extension. And let's lift our left knee up. Holding and coming back up. We'll be here for a few more. Actually, I'm going to not line that. That's not a few more. Just keep going. Holding each pose for a few seconds. Up to you how you choose to breathe in and out through this workout. Just keep it consistent, moving with your breath, making sure to lift your knee into that full 90-degree bend. Seems like a slowdown, but this is a flow and we will have a cool down. Last one on each side. Coming back into our chair pose. Left knee is going to go back. Arms to your side and into a lunge for 8. 2 and 1. Come on up. Arms to your side. Left arm is going to go towards the front. Your back knee or back leg is going to be parallel to the short end of your mat. Into a forward fold here, coming as much into center as you can, so that your arms are in a T. Hand can come down to the ground if you can reach. In this fold, bringing your hands on either side of your foot, rotating that back leg, coming into a forward bend here. Your back knee can rest on the mat or stay lifted. We're just here for a stretch. Bringing that knee back into our downward dog. Same knee forward, in between the palms, switching up your back foot to be aligned with the short end of your mat, and come on up, reaching up. Holding this pose. Arms can come down, coming up to the front end of your mat. Your opposite knee now will come to the back, so your left leg goes back, arms at your sides, and let's go into 8 lunges. This is the last one. Come on up. Switching here, arms are going to come out, the knee or the leg at the back, measuring with the short end of your mat. Forward fold. Touching the mat if you can. Arms as parallel as you can. Gaze can be down, center, or back, or even up, wherever you like. While you're down in this fold, let's have our palms on either side of our knee. Coming into this forward fold or bend here. Knee can be dropped or lifted. Right foot can come back into our downward dog. Bring that leg forward again. Coming back up, holding our pose into our bend. Instead of coming up, we're going to go back down into our plank here, onto our forearms, and we're going to go for our side-to-side plank. So you can decide if you want to keep your forearms parallel with the short or long edge of your mat, or move it around as you like. As long as we're getting into our side plank, reaching up, coming back down, switching sides, rotating your feet and legs as you feel comfortable. We're not here for too long, just getting some nice obliques into this full body flow. Be sure to breathe as you're moving throughout this workout and move in alignment with your breath. One more on each side. Come on into your plank, drop onto your knees, into our tabletop here. For the last part here, before we go into our true cool down, we're gonna do a quick bear hover. So we're gonna lift our knees, toes are curled under, just like this, holding this, back should be flat, and just some shoulder taps here. You're gonna wobble side to side, not a problem, just further engaging our core. Keep on breathing, deep breaths in and out. Try to keep your pelvis from not dropping too much on one side or the other. Knees should be relatively aligned. One more tap on each side. Knees can come on down. Knees should be pointed just a little outward, just adjust. Come on down into our child's pose. We are getting into our cool down now. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, come on down deeper into the fold for your child's pose. Let's slow down our breathing, slowing down our heart rate. Come on up. Let's curl our toes under. Let's go into our downward dog. Give each knee a little bend. Let's get a stretch in here. Final stretch here, and we're going to go into our cobra directly. Holding that for a second. Come on out into our cat-cow now. Inhaling, lifting your chest, and exhaling, belly button into our spine, curving as much as you can, and continue between cat and cow. And you might notice this time you're able to go ever so slightly deeper into each stretch. Last breath here. Coming into tabletop before you crawl forward. Having our legs out in front of us. Deep breath in, reaching up. Exhaling, forward fold. Grabbing onto our calves, our ankles, our toes, whatever you can to help yourself get into a deeper stretch. Bending the knees ever so slightly. As you're coming up, lifting the left leg on the outer edge of the right knee into our spinal twist. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, try to push a little more on the outer edge of your leg. Coming back to center, let's switch sides. Forward fold once more. Let's do a quick butterfly. Bottoms of your feet touching if they can. If not, go into a regular cross-legged fold, grabbing onto your toes and pushing outwards with your elbows on the inner edges, on the inner side of your legs. Getting a quick inner thigh stretch here. Let's go into cross-legged if you aren't already. Reaching up. And as you exhale, folding over to our left side. Feeling the stretch in our side. Inhale, exhale as you can try to get deeper into our stretch. As you inhale now, come on back into center, reaching up, exhaling to fold onto the other side. Inhale, up into center. Big inhale, exhale, coming into center. And we're all done for today. Let me know how you enjoyed this Sculpt and Flow routine today, and let me know how you're feeling. See you next time.